If you work with an editing team and find yourself spending more time fixing their cuts than actually creating, this video is for you. Maybe you upload raw footage with so much excitement, only to have the first edit come back and leave you wanting to cry. The pacing feels off, the titles are clunky, the music cuts at the wrong time, and the whole thing just lacks your personal vibe. You sit down to leave notes, only to realize you've spent more time annotating than you would have spent just editing the damn thing yourself. I have been there, and after working with dozens of editors and making hundreds of videos, I finally learned a better way. The good news is that there is a workflow that turns all that chaos into consistent, high-quality output while saving you hours of time. To fix this, you first need to understand why it happens. If you're a solo creator, you do everything by muscle memory. You make edits by feel, but your editors can't read your mind, so piling on more feedback just isn't the right solution. The real answer is better documentation and much smarter preparation before the files ever reach their inbox. Step 1 is creating a compact editing manual, which acts like a recipe book for your specific creative style. If someone follows these steps, they should end up with something that looks like your work, but with their own creative foundation. Your manual should be easily searchable and include an intro video explaining your most important rules. Include sections for hooks, pacing rules, music behavior, captions, and specific animation styles. Don't be vague. For each section, put a specific goal, a clear instruction, and a concrete rule. For example, define that the hook is the first 5 seconds with 2 quick cuts and text overlays with bold fonts. Be explicit about pacing, like telling them to trim pauses under 0.6 seconds or leaving breathing room around punchlines. Even the best manual won't fix everything if you just throw raw, unorganized footage at your editor. There is one crucial step before they touch the files, and that is thoughtful pre-work and storyboarding. For YouTube content, it can be a simple line-by-line document that maps your script directly to the required visuals. Next to each line, note if you need a talking head, a close-up, B-roll, a graphic, or a specific caption. If you are missing a clip, mark it clearly so the editor knows to pull stock footage instead of waiting for your feedback. This is where modern AI tools can multiply your efforts instead of replacing your human team. Tools that automatically find strong moments, like Vizard, can be a complete game changer for your workflow. Instead of sending a 3-hour raw file and saying find the good bits, use auto-editing to surface the most engaging segments. These tools scan your video for engagement markers like pauses or laughter and spit out ready-to-post clips immediately. This gives your editor a prioritized list of the best moments, which drastically lowers the amount of guesswork they have to do. Another common problem creators run into is scheduling and maintaining consistency across multiple social platforms. Vizard's auto-schedule features can move finished clips from your drive to published without manual intervention. Tell the AI how often you want to post, and it handles the logistics while your editor focuses on the creative choices. Even with a manual and AI help, you still need to leave feedback that actually trains your editor rather than creating dependency. If you leave granular corrections every single time, your editor will learn to wait for you instead of understanding your style. Instead, use a layered commenting approach where you point to the specific change and link it back to a rule in your manual. For example, tell them the music is too busy, then link the exact rule number from your manual so they can study why it failed. A clever trick is to pair each comment with an asset or example, like a short reference clip of exactly what you want. View feedback as documentation improvement, and if you keep flagging the same issue, update your manual to prevent future confusion. Be careful with tools that promise to auto-cut everything for you, as many are expensive enterprise platforms that lack true customization. You need a hybrid approach. A clear manual, a human editor, and an AI assistant that surfaces moments without overriding your brand. The practical workflow is simple. Write your script and storyboard first, marking up the needed B-roll and graphics. Second, run your auto-edit tool to surface potential viral clips and provide these as priority moments for your editor. Third, give your editor the manual and brand kit, including fonts, colors, and a short walkthrough video explaining the top rules. Fourth, review on a timestamped platform and leave comments that reference manual rules, not just subjective opinions. Finally, let your content calendar handle distribution so you don't have to manually post every single clip yourself. This setup keeps your brand consistent, reduces revision cycles, and frees you to work on the creative stuff that moves the needle. Your editors aren't the problem, it is the lack of structure, so give them a recipe, do the prep work, and leave feedback that teaches. If you are curious about templates or want to see my step-by-step method for writing viral scripts, check out my other breakdown videos. And if you want a hands-off way to turn long videos into short, post-ready clips, Give Vizard a look today. It won't replace a good editor, but it will make them and you a lot faster.